Our community the ability to compete at every sport possible. We offer football, flag and tackle, cheer, volleyball, wrestling, basketball, baseball, and softball. You can find us on Facebook at Buckhorn Youth Sports, where we prepare the future. Buckhorn Youth Sports is a proud supporter of Buckhorn High School football. Go Bucks!
When buying or selling real estate, knowledge and experience are key. With over 27 years experience in real estate, Jennifer Rose, Keller Williams Realty Realtor, has extensive knowledge of the Rocket City to take care of all your needs. Keller Williams is the world's largest real estate technology franchise by agent count, with more than 1,100 offices and 200,000 associates, and is number one in units and sales volume in the U.S. Jennifer Rose, Keller Williams Realty Realtor, would love to earn your business. Give her a call at 256-337-4555.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. Flickering lights and hot switches can be annoying, but they can also signal a major problem, or worse, an electrical emergency. So play it safe and leave it to the experts at Mr. Sparky. Trust our team of professional, clean, and friendly electricians. We'll get it done right and get it done safely. You don't have to put up with any Independently owned and operated, licensed in the respective state or county.
The company is Eagle Masonry and Insulation, but did you know they're also Eagle Landscaping and Dirt Work? Take care of all your landscaping needs, including irrigation, sod work, and planting, both plants and trees. On the dirt work side, Eagle can grade and build your pads, haul dirt in or out, and even do erosion control. Philip Love and his team can do it all for you. The website is the same, insulatewitheagle.com, as is the phone number, 256-755-1556. Give them a call and see what Eagle can do for you. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money.
Hey, folks, this is Arthur Steele, managing partner at University Kia, proudly saying Roll Tide and Roar Eagle. Stop into University Kia today and shop one of the area's largest selection of new Kias, including Forte, Seltos, Telluride, and Popular Carnival, and fully electric EV6. Do all great specials at universitykia.com and get pre-approved in minutes so you can drive home your new Kia you really want, because we want to see you in a University Kia.
From the Fox 54 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Emily Owen. Scattered showers and thunderstorms remain in the forecast for this Friday night. We could see some heavy rainfall embedded within some of these showers that do develop. Low temperatures falling into the upper 60s for the overnight tonight. Heading into our Saturday, we'll keep rain and potentially a few thunderstorms in the forecast. High temperatures topping out in the low 70s for the afternoon. I'm Fox 54 meteorologist Emily Owen on your home for ESPN Radio 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
WZZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. Your home of the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Welcome to the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by the Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware. Now, here's Scott Tyson.
Good evening once again, and welcome into the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware. Welcome into a wet, soggy evening around the Tennessee Valley. Tonight was about all those that played and about those that didn't play tonight. Few games around the area pushing the pause button on the high school football games. A big one in Class 7A Region 4, Austin and Florence. They did not play tonight. They will move that one to September 27th. Lawrence County and West Point. They will move that game to tomorrow, 3 p.m. kickoff. And Gadsden City traveling to McAdory tonight. That one, too, canceled. With that, we say welcome into everyone on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone, 100.1 FM, WLAY, Florence, Muscle Shoals, and 105.9 WKLS, Gaston and Anniston. It is the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware. Before we get you into the scores, we still have one going on out in Harvest tonight. The Sparkman Senators welcoming the Albertville Aggies. Joe Honk, John Abraham on the call. Let's drop in real fast.
They're busy down there.
I was just writing down everything that's taking place. I mean, Sparkman hasn't scored 37 points in a ball game this season, so I was trying to keep up with all the stats that we have going on. As Gomez is ready to send this kick now into the air, as it is going to be returned once again by the Aggies, and that is almost another major return for Albertville as Des Revolte tried to get through the Sparkman Senator line, and he almost did it again.
And he's a speedy kid right there, standing at 5'11", 147 pounds. That's why he's so fast. He's got to put a little bit more weight on, but right there, good return, taking him to the 51-yard line and setting up Albertville for a pretty good scenario here. 37-20 with 6 minutes, 11 seconds left. Is, of course, the Senator is able to drain some of the clock in that last at-bat, but now we get to see Albertville, and they're definitely going to be thrown. Yes, sir, I did. People understand exactly what I said right there.
All right. Well,
there you heard it. Sparkman trying to hang on and grab that region win over Albertville. Albertville's last win has come during the 2022 season. Their last region win coming back in 2021, a span of 20 straight region losses for Albertville. Sparkman dating back to last season, trying to stop an 8-game slide. So the Sparkman Senators in on top there. We'll let you know when that one goes final. So let's jump into our 7A scores from this evening.
7A scores.
While we await that Sparkman-Albertville final, we do have one final from Madison City School Stadium. James Clemens at home taking on Huntsville. Jets have opened up with 2 wins to start the year. Last week, a come-from-behind win over rival Bob Jones. Huntsville trying to start 2-0 in region play for the first time since 2013. James Clemens had the ground game going tonight. Huntsville unable to stop it. James Clemens gets the 32-7 win tonight over Huntsville. Bob Jones and Grissom, this one taking place over at Joe Davis Stadium. This one all Bob Jones. The Patriots rebound from that tough loss from the Jets. Grissom trying to rebound from that tough one against Huntsville last week. Bob Jones wins it 50-23. And again, Austin Florence, that one is moved to Friday at September 27th. Let's get you into some Class 6A scores.
Class 6A scores.
Fort Payne on the road at Southside tonight. This one, a fantastic ball game. Connor Hughes, a field goal with 2 minutes and 18 seconds left would give Fort Payne the 14-13 lead. And it is indeed the Wildcats holding on by that score, 14-13, as they knock off Southside. May, Jemison, and Lee, the Battle of the North. Jaguars grabbed their first region win, first win last week. They took last year's meeting 19-18. Lee searching for that first win of the season. It has been rough for the Generals. They've been outscored 135-20 to start the year in those 3 games. Tough one tonight as well. May Jemison blowing this one open. They get the win over Lee, 43-8. It was the Cotton Classic, a game that everybody in Huntsville heard on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Buckhorn at home tonight. They are victorious over the Trojans of Hazel Green, 29-7. And again, Gaston City, McAdory, that one will not be played as it was canceled. Gaston City stepping out of region tonight to take on McAdory. Class 6A Region 7, Muscle Shoals on the road tonight at Decatur. They got this one in. Muscle Shoals tops the Red Raiders 42-7, and it's Hartzell. They've kicked this one off at 3 o'clock this afternoon over at Milton Frank Stadium. Hartzell does get the 65-0 win over Columbia. Class 6A Region 6. We'll get you Oxford. We'll get you Shades Valley. We'll get you all those coming up here in just a minute. But let's get you into some Class 5A scores.
Class 5A scores.
How about the number 1 team in Class 5A, the Guntersville Wildcats, on the road tonight at Sardis. And the offense exploded for the Wildcats. They topped Sardis 64-0. Scottsboro, they check in the Class 5A rankings at number 6 this week. They were on the road at Douglas. They, too, found the offensive groove on a wet night. Scottsboro gets the win 45-13. We continue Class 5A, this time moving in to Class 5A Region 7. Russellville on the road tonight at East Limestone and the Golden Tigers. Wow, big one tonight, 52-6 over East Limestone. Fairview, they topple Ardmore tonight, 28-6. And then it is West Morgan and Priceville. This one, of course, a non-region contest. West Morgan at home tonight, and they blank Priceville 48-0. Now we move into Class 5A Region 6, a non-region game. Springville and Elma Bryant. Springville blanks Elma Bryant 21-0. It's Leeds over Lincoln 42-14. Let's turn our attention to Class 4A.
Class 4A scores.
We roll on, and so does the Randolph Raiders on the road tonight, taking on Westminster Christian Academy. And Randolph, very first possession of the game for the Raiders, they turn it into 7 points, and they don't look back. They topple Westminster Christian Academy 35-9. North Jackson over St. John Paul tonight, 40-7. And Plainview, they get by DAR 68-7. We slip in to Class 4A Region 7. It was East Lawrence and Hatton. Oh, this one a fantastic ball game. And what a game it was for the Hatton Hornets. They find a way late to get the win, 22-20 over East Lawrence. It was West Limestone on the road tonight at Danville, and they get the win 19-6. And it's Deschler at home tonight, big over Wilson. Oh, this one's 60-0. We are keeping an eye on that Brooks and Central Florence game. At one time in the third quarter, this one was tied at 21. We're trying to see if we can get you a latest score on the Brooks Central Florence game. We'll keep checking back on this one, but it was back and forth all night there in Central Florence. All right, Class 4A Region 6, we move on. Hoax Bluff going to blank White Plains tonight, 31-0. And Cherokee County, the third-ranked team in Class 4A, they're at home tonight, and they dispatch Etowah 42-0. All right, Class 4A Region 5, Good Hope on the road at Haleyville. They're 20 better, 27-20, your final there. All right, let's check in with some Class 3A scores.
Class 3A scores.
All right, Sylvania over Geraldine, 17-7. Geraldine, the sixth-ranked team in Class 3A. They fall on the road, 17-7. Fife is your fourth-ranked team in Class 3A. No problems tonight with Asbury. They roll 63-0. All right, Class 3A Region 7, Mars Hill Bible, the third-ranked team in Class 3A. They were at home tonight taking on Sheffield, and they cruised tonight 62-0. It was Lauderdale County over Colbert County, 21-7, and Rogers gets by Clements, 28-7. All right, as you can see, we've just begun. Here's how we do it. We put 4 quarters on the board, 60 minutes on the clock. When we come back from the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go through 4 quarters. We've got scores. We've got coaches' reaction. We've got all kinds of stuff. Stay with us on the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware.
WCZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Marty Hausberger. Aaron Judge banged a seventh-inning grand slam, and the Yankees erased a 4-1 Boston lead, beat the Red Sox 5-4. That, combined with an Orioles loss to the Tigers, gives New York a 3-game lead over the Birds in the AL East. Detroit had a perfect game going against the O's until an eighth-inning walk and a no-hitter before Gunnar Henderson laced a triple in the ninth. The Tigers won 1-0. Francisco Lindor left the Mets game tonight against the Phillies with a sore back. He had 2 hits before departing. New York whipped Philadelphia 11-3. Lindor says he expects to be in the lineup tomorrow. The Mets will not have Dedniel Nunez for the rest of the season. Manager Carlos Mendoza said before tonight's game, Nunez is done with that right flexor injury that's limited him since July 23rd. Atlanta still trails the Mets by 1 in the race for the NL's last wild card. The Braves beat the Dodgers tonight 6-2. Dolphins coach Mike McDaniel says he doesn't expect injured quarterback Tua Tagovailoa will play next week against Seattle. Tua suffered yet another concussion last night. McDaniel says it does Tua no good to talk about him giving up football.
You're talking about his career, right? His career is his.
Raiders coach Antonio Pierce later in the day said Tua should retire. College football top 25 action. Number 14, Kansas State all over number 20, Arizona, 31-7 late in the fourth. And Auburn redshirt freshman quarterback Hank Brown will start for the Tigers tomorrow against New Mexico, replacing Peyton Thorne.
Hey, it's Greeny, and Monday will be the place to talk football. Caleb Williams with his national debut Sunday night against C.J. Stroud, plus a really interesting game on Monday night between the Falcons and the Eagles. All that and more. It's Greeny, starting 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
97.7 ESPN The Zone. Welcome to the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by the late Guntersville Ace Hardware. Now, here's Scott Tyson.
Welcome back to the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware. We told you we would check on the Central Florence Brooks game, and that's exactly what we did. Central would come up with a pair of late turnovers. They clinched this one tonight over Brooks, 28-24. So Central Florence at home tonight gets the big win over Brooks. Hunter Palmer, a 64-yard touchdown run to help Central come away with the win. Welcome into the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware. We've got a lot in store for you tonight on the show. We're going to take you through as many scores as we can. Going to get you some coaches' reaction throughout the night, as it was a wet and soggy night across North Alabama. Again, it forced a few of the teams to say, hey, let's play tomorrow or let's move it on. Austin and Florence, that was a key 7A Region 4 game at Brawley Stadium tonight. They are not going to play that one. They did not play that one. In fact, they will move it to Friday, September 27th. Lawrence County at West Point, that one was moved to tomorrow. They'll play that one at 3 p.m. And then Gadsden City at McAdory, that one was canceled. So there you go, 3 games in flux because of the remnants of Hurricane Francine. Let's get you into our Class 7A scores. Still had some teams play.
Class 7A scores.
Madison City School Stadium, James Clemens and Huntsville. The Jets, remember, they've opened up with 2 wins. They've already had their bye week. They played in week 1, took a bye, then came out last week, beat their rival Bob Jones, had to do it in come-from-behind fashion. Huntsville last week, Grissom. It was a hard-fought game. Huntsville able to come out on top in that one. Huntsville has not started 2-0 in region play since 2013. Trying to do that tonight on the road. This one, though, goes the way of James Clemens, 32-7, the final. Bob Jones and Grissom. This one over at Joe Davis Stadium. Both teams, again, trying to rebound from last week's tough loss, needing a region win to kind of stay in that region race for one of those top 4 playoff spots. Bob Jones does it. They get the win, 50-23 over Grissom. And again, Austin Florence, that one moved to Friday, September 27th. Albertville and Sparkman. Sparkman trying to hold on. Let's see here. Let's get you into, let's see if we can get you this. 37-20 with 6 minutes to go. Sparkman was out in front. That was about 10 minutes ago. Let's see if we can drop in and see if this one has indeed gone final. Joe Hunk and John Abraham on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Restoration and
It is in commercial, so I'd imagine they are probably done with that one, but we will get you a final here in just a minute. Let's dip into Class 6A while we wait.
Class 6A scores.
All right, Class 6A Region 8, we visit first. Fort Payne on the road at Southside tonight. And Connor Hughes, with 2 minutes and 18 seconds left, would drill the field goal. That would give Fort Payne the 14-13 lead. That would be enough. Fort Payne goes on the road tonight. They get a win over Southside, 14-13. May Jemison, Lee Generals, Milton Frank Stadium, the place to be for this one. The Battle of the North goes the way of May Jemison. They get a win, 43-8, your final there. And that was a big one. We'll see if we can get Rico White on the phone there from May Jemison. Kind of track down that. The Jaguars now have posted a region win, back-to-back region wins for May Jemison. They got the 33-16 win last week against Hazel Green. This week, a 43-8 win over Lee. So all of a sudden, May Jemison starting 2-0 in Class 6A Region 8. Buckhorn and Hazel Green, the Cotton Classic going on tonight. Tommy Ledbetter Stadium, the place to be. And last week, Buckhorn ran into a buzzsaw against Gadsden City, falling 40-7 to that one. Tonight, they rebound in fine fashion. They take it 29-7, the final. So Buckhorn evening up their region record now at 1-1. Fred Ferrier and the Hazel Green Trojans, they fall to 0-2 in Class 6A Region 8 play. Again, they fall to May Jemison last week. They fall to Buckhorn this week. Next week doesn't get any easier for Hazel Green as they will travel to Gadsden City. Buckhorn next week, Matt Patterson and company, they will travel to Milton Frank Stadium as they take on the Lee Generals. Again, the Lee Generals still looking for that first win of the season. We move into Class 6A Region 7. Muscle Shoals and head coach Scott Bangston, all they do is continue to roll after that season opening defeat on the road to Gadsden City. They were on the road tonight taking on Decatur, and Muscle Shoals gets it done, 42-7 the final there. Up next for Muscle Shoals, back at home as they will take on Coleman. Coleman tonight taking on Jasper, and we're going to get you a final of that one. 256-576-4977. If you got scores or reaction from tonight, feel free to give us a call. Hartzell at home this afternoon. Well, Hartzell and Columbia from Milton Frank Stadium. They actually played this one at 3 o'clock this afternoon to get it in because they were supposed to play it yesterday. Weather was not conducive to play, so they moved it to today to 3 p.m. Hartzell rolls 65-0. As for Hartzell, they will travel to Decatur next week to play the Red Raiders in a region game. We stay in Class 6A. Mountain Brook over Pell City, 41-14. Mountain Brook, of course, ranked number 8 in Class 6A. Muscle Shoals, by the way, they did check in at number 6 in the Class 6A rankings this week. All right, we visit Class 5A. Class 5A Region 8 we go. Guntersville, the top-ranked team in Class 5A. They're going to blank Sardis tonight, 64-0. We take a look at the Guntersville Wildcats. Let's go inside. What's in store for head coach Lance Reese and company now? The top-ranked team in Class 5A. They will be at home next week against Arab. All-time, Guntersville owns a 61-32-2 edge over the Knights. Guntersville, though, they lost in 2023. Last year, it would be Arab prevailing 29-19 over Guntersville. So Guntersville looking for a little payback. Arab, Guntersville, your top-ranked team in Class 5A. Scottsboro, they check in at number 6 this week in the Class 5A Region 8 rankings. Scottsboro prevails 45-13 over Douglas. And what does Scottsboro have coming up next week? Scottsboro will be at home against Sardis as they look to move to 3-0 in the Region 8 standings. Never too early to talk about October 11th. That is when Guntersville and Scottsboro potentially could meet, both undefeated in region play. All right, we move on. Class 5A Region 7. Russellville over East Limestone, 52-6. It's Fairview over Ardmore, 28-6. And it's West Morgan blanking Priceville 48-0. That game there, a non-region contest. Priceville on the road, West Morgan at home tonight. All right, 256-576-4977. That's how you can join the program. We also like to reach out to coaches on the Scoreboard hotline tonight, and that's exactly what we will do now as Bob Jones head coach Kelvis White kind enough to join us. His team a 50-23 victor tonight over Grissom, Joe Davis Stadium. Coach, if I'm not mistaken now, that's 2-0 at Joe Davis Stadium this year.
Yes, sir. I told somebody when we were 2-0 last year, so I want to have to play there a little more often. We have a lot of success there.
I tell you what, though, it is a nice venue, and it's a big-time venue. If you can't play at Madison City School Stadium, it's a big-time venue to play a high school football game in.
That's right. It's a beautiful facility, and the city of Huntsville's done a great job with that facility. So we always enjoy playing there.
All right, Coach, 50-23 winners tonight. You rebound from that tough rivalry game against James Clemens. First of all, what did you tell the kids this week in practice, and how did practice go this week leading into this one?
Well, we talked about just not having a hangover. Now, it was a disappointing loss, and, one we thought we had a chance to get, and our kids play hard, but we can't let that affect the next week. So we put it behind us. We focus on the next opponent, and went out there and have a great week of practice, and went out there and played well tonight.
You put up 50 points tonight offensively. Who kind of stood out to you?
Well, our skill guys, quarterback, Johnny Jackson and Caleb Sanders, one of our slot receivers / running backs, and Malachi Foster. So we had a good group effort, all of them. A lot of guys touched the ball. I think we were up 35-0 at halftime. We put some guys in the third quarter that we wanted to see in some live action, and Grissom, to Coach Dutton's credit, they came out scrapping the second half, so we had to put some starters back in just to steal the game. But, at the end of the day, we found a way to win the game, so I'm proud of my guys bouncing back this week to get this region win.
Well, your team next week, you will play the Florence Falcons. They will be well rested because they did not play their game tonight against Austin, as you will welcome Florence next week. Any thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I talked to Coach Morrison earlier, head coach at Florence. He talked about they're gonna move theirs to week 5. So the good thing about it, they didn't have they didn't prepare for us an extra week. So they, but they are well rested, but it's gonna be a great region matchup. I think they have a really good team, so we're gonna have another good week of practice and go out there and execute Friday night.
Well, congratulations on the win tonight. 50 points, Coach, in the wins this year, in the wins so far this year. 48, 63, and 50. The offense finds a groove, and they've been finding a groove in the wins.
Yes, sir. We definitely have some weapons in the skill position at the quarterback and in the offensive line, giving us time, running the ball, throwing, passing. So, again, it's a very talented group. So I tell them their expectations is to go out there and execute. If we do that, those guys are hard to stop.
Congratulations on the win. Bob Jones 50-23 over Grissom tonight. Kelvis White kind enough to spend a minute with us. Coach, enjoyed that short ride back home.
Hey, I appreciate you guys having me on. Thank you.
There you go. All right, 256-576-4977. That is the number to the phone lines. We will visit the phone lines. Let's go out to the Scoreboard Show hotline. We've talked to him a couple times this week or this season so far, but we're going to do it again because the Randolph Raiders tonight go on the road tonight, take on Westminster Christian Academy. And Westminster Christian Academy goes on a long drive to start the game. Randolph gets the ball first possession. They find the end zone. They don't look back. Randolph gets a big road win tonight over Westminster Christian Academy, 35-9. Their head coach, David Lloyd, kind enough to visit with us now. Coach, congratulations on this one in what can be described as adverse conditions.
Man, I appreciate it. It was a tough game with the weather, but I thought it was a tough, gritty win by our guys.
Yeah, the weather kind of a little bit, wet and little all that stuff. But you guys come out first possession of the game, and you let it fly through the air, and you find the end zone.
Yeah, it's first play from scrimmage for us. We had a big pass to Graham Beatty on the edge, and they didn't catch him across the goal line. And I was really proud of our guys up front. We had heard all week about this was probably one of the best offensive lines that Westminster have had. I thought we physically dominated them from start to finish up front.
35-9, Coach. I mean, how great was it? And I know Graham Beatty is kind of coming back from injury. You're getting him back in the full swing of things. Just nice to have him out there.
Well, Graham rushed for over 150 yards and crossed the goal line 4 times. As a team, we rushed for 278. So a lot on the ground. We didn't have William Mitchell. We didn't ask him to do a lot through the air, just move the ball for us, make plays when he needed to. And Mitchell ran for over 100 yards. So I thought we were great up front, especially in the second half. I thought there was a huge difference. I thought we physically wore them down in the second half and was really able to run the ball at will on them. So we felt really good about that. Westminster's a team that can score a lot of points, especially the last couple of years. To hold them to 9, I thought was such a big statement for our defense.
Yeah, how big was it tonight to be able to run the game or run the ball, especially with the weather like this? Kind of, you can, 1, you shorten the game, and 2, you got a little bit of a ball security there if you can just run the ball on a night like tonight.
Well, I think it was key. I know both teams were trying to. I think their running back had 44 carries, and we knew if we could control the ball as much as we could. I think they probably won the time of possession on us, but we won yards per play, yards per snap. And the most important part, we got more points at the end of the game. But we're just to go to their place and get a big win like that, and in the conditions that we had to play in. It's a 15-9 at halftime, and our guys really come out and dominate the second half. And that's the way we have to be able to close out games. So just super proud of this team. We're going to celebrate this one, and then we got another region game next week to get ready for.
Now, you mentioned your defense only allowing 9 points. Coach, the last 2 games, you've only allowed 23 points in region contests.
Well, I think the big thing for that is, we come up with a couple of interceptions. Bradford Hall, Tyler DiOrio get picks for us on defense. We come up with 3 fumble recoveries. Will Simpson was big for us, had a forced fumble that we ended up recovering. So, you get 4 or 5 turnovers in a game like this. You win the turnover battle. I thought it was big for us, and they created opportunities for our offense, especially in the second half. And I thought our special teams came up big. Number 12 for them is scored a special teams touchdown every week, and we just weren't going to let that happen this week.
All right, Coach, congratulations on the win. Randolph again victorious tonight over Westminster Christian Academy, 35-9. Their head coach, David Lloyd, with us. Coach, congratulations. Enjoy this one. It's on the road at St. John Paul II next week. But congratulations on tonight.
Thanks, Scott. I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
All right, David Lloyd, kind enough. All right, let's get a break in. That's 1 quarter down. We got 3 more to go. It's the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware.
Log on today, 977ESPN.com.
It's fall, y'all, and at Woody Anderson Ford, we're ready for it. Football, hunting, hiking, we've got the rides to take you there. Hey folks, Bobby White back again for Woody Anderson Ford, and we've got over 140 F-150s for you to choose from. XLTs, Lariats, all the way up to the Platinum. And right now, you can get $4,750 total cash back on the 2024 F-150 at Woody Anderson Ford. Here in Huntsville, you see more of them every day, and there's a good reason. They're the perfect size, do-it-all SUV for lots of folks. I'm talking about our Bronco Sport. From hauling kids and groceries to the spur-of-the-moment camping weekend, the Bronco Sport delivers. Choose from over 80 Bronco Sports starting at just $299 a month. That's a 36-month lease with $34.56 due at signing, zero security deposit, just tax tag title, and your good credit. This offer ends 9/30/24. Call 539-9441 for complete details. Come see us today and make it a Woody Anderson Ford. Hope to see you soon.
Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware is your locally owned and operated hardware store. We're not just about numbers, we're about helping neighbors, because our Ace Hardware store is part of your community. We're committed to being the helpful place by offering our customers personal service, quality products, and a convenient shopping experience. As the helpful hardware folks in your neighborhood, we promise that helping you is the most important thing we have to do today. Stop by and visit Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware today, 1536 Blunt Avenue in Guntersville. Specializing in simple and affordable rentals, McCurry Van and Car Rental can make sure you have just the right vehicle for your next family vacation, weekend getaway, or if you just need transportation while your vehicle is being repaired. McCurry carries Ford Transit vans and Mercedes Sprinter vans, trucks and work vans, and more. And they offer discounted rental rates for long-term rentals. Now with 4 locations: Athens, Muscle Shoals, Coleman, and Huntsville. Log on McCurryRentals.com to make your reservation now. That's McCurryRentals.com.
Are you tired of chasing a roofing contractor to show up on time or even show up at all? I'm Sam Fleming with Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Our motto at Fleming Roofing is we show up. Our goal at Fleming Roofing is to provide the reliable customer service that you deserve, and we have the resources to meet all of your roofing needs: residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. We are manufacturer certified for roof coatings, single-ply membranes, and asphalt shingles. Whenever you need a roofing professional you can count on, call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We are committed to finding the solution that meets your needs. We don't have quotas or heavy-handed sales tactics. Fleming Roofing, we have expert experience. We show up. Free estimates, residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. Check us out at FlemingHSV.com. FlemingHSV.com. When you need a quick response, it's Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
Are you tired of power outages disrupting your life? It's time for a Generac standby generator from Current Electrical. Storms may rage outside, but inside your family's powered up. So why choose Current Electrical for your generator needs? 1, we offer a wide range of models to suit every budgeted energy requirement. 2, our project managers handle every step of the process: power, gas, permitting, and inspections. 3, our certified technicians install your generator with precision, ensuring peace of mind. Don't wait for the next blackout. Call 256-880-1880 or visit us online at jetsuperstore.com.
This is Bob Gotze, head coach of the Madison Academy Mustangs, and you're listening to the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show on 97 ESPN The Zone. Now back to the scores.
Back to the scores, indeed we are. Madison Academy, of course, they're off tonight. Bye week for the Mustangs. We've got a final in for you, Madison County and New Hope. It was, where'd that one go? We just had that one here. New Hope does get a win tonight over Madison County, 48-24, your final there. 256-576-4977. You want to be a part of the program tonight? Feel free to reach out to us. Scores keep coming in. Reaction keeps coming in. Vinemont, a winner tonight over Midfield, 32-28. It would be in a game that we were keeping an eye on, Class 6A Region 7. Oh, what a big one it was for Coleman and Jasper. Big one there tonight. Coleman, though, goes on the road and prevails over Jasper 21-20, your final there. So that does give us our complete scores from Class 6A, Region 7. All right, we talked about it earlier. Class 7A, Region 4, James Clemens at home tonight, Madison City School Stadium. They put back-to-back wins on the board in the region last week. Again, that come-from-behind win against Bob Jones this week. They get by Huntsville 32-7. Trudy Armand was there for this one and joins us now in studio to help us break this one for a minute. James Clemens looking awfully good with that ground game tonight.
Yeah, man. I mean, it was tough. Huntsville hung in there in the first half. Could have easily been a 7-0 or even 7-7 first half, but give JC a lot of credit. They scored first drive of the football game after getting a short field. They ran the football really well with MJ Gideon and Cam Berry. MJ scoring that touchdown and put them up 7-0. Huntsville tried to answer and got inside the 15-yard line. I think they had a fourth down around the 11 and it was stopped about a half yard short. Would have had a first and goal there. Would have had a chance to tie the football game, but JC's defense, as they did all night, kind of stood on their head and made a play. And then near the end of the half, Huntsville once again was in James Clemens territory. They ran, I think, 3 times in the first half, but they dropped a pass, which would have probably had them either first down or third and short around inside the 30-yard line with a chance to potentially score. But again, the Jets took over after that on the third down play, Huntsville, tried to run a zone read and it was stripped. And with the wet conditions, JC forced a turnover and then went 2-minute drill. And it was really the only time they threw the ball quite a bit in the game. With their young quarterback, the transfer from Athens, Jacoby Gill, he hit AJ Little 3 times on the drive, and the senior had a big time catch in the back of the end zone for 15 yards and a touchdown. Now, the one area that James Clemens struggled tonight was the kicking game. The extra point was blocked. It was 13-0. Then they had another bad snap. But the second half, they threw one pass, Scott. It was like watching the Michigan Wolverines last year under Jim the Cheater and Wild Stallions. And they ended up basically just running the outside zone to the left and right. And they controlled the clock, controlled the game. Huntsville actually came out and they knew they needed to have a spark. They were down 13-0 at halftime. They did an onside kick, perfectly executed, but unfortunately, the young man that executed it, Jack Maservi, he recovered it, but took a big shot and hit his head on that turf and was immobilized and taken to the hospital. He gave everyone a thumbs up, so we're prayers up to Jack Maservi, who's done such a great job as a first-year player as a kicker and punter. But he was injured. Huntsville took over. Then a bad snap on the first play of the drive put them behind the chains. They had a 3-and-out, and then that ground game just took over for James Clemens. And it kind of reminded me of watching Mark Ingram and Roy Upchurch back in 2008, Scott, because they've got 2 really good backs, the sophomore MJ Gideon, kind of the Mark Ingram, the young guy, and then Roy Upchurch, Cam Berry going to Air Force. I mean, he can play fullback. He did some tonight, and he played tailback. And that ground game just sort of chewed up the clock. And then defensively, they had a pick 6 late in the ball game and won the game 32-7. Now, I will say this for Huntsville. They kept battling, and they put some young kids in the fourth quarter. And sophomore running back Cinco Dawkins had a 41-yard run. But that was really the only explosive offensive play that Huntsville had, with their offensive group. Now, they did fake a punt.
Right.
And Ladarius Jims got loose for about 45 yards. But that was before the Cinco Dawkins 41-yard run. And that was the key. James Clemens had a couple of touchdowns called back because of holding, but and they still got to clean their penalties up and their kicking game, but they're very explosive. They've got 2 running backs that can take it to the house. Their quarterback can make explosive plays to Ty Doughty, even though, James Clemens turned it over 3 times, but Huntsville, did not win the plus minus. They turned it over, 3 times with a couple of picks and a fumble. And they also had some turnover on downs that were light turnovers. So, but I got to give a lot of credit to James Clemens, man. They've got a winning culture over there for the last 10 years plus under Wade Waldrop and now, Chad McGehee. They proved why they're the Bryant Bank Team of the Week because they just went out and dominated the game. I mean, the weather conditions were really tough, But James Clemens has been ruling that 7A Region 4 for a while, and there's going to be some tough games for JC going down. You know, Austin's still out there. We'll see about Florence, certainly, but they've got a big win over a really good Bob Jones team. I heard you talking to Kelvis White, and when they've won this year, I'm talking about blowing the scoreboard up. So they're very, very explosive.
Yep.
So
and they put 30 on James Clemens last week.
Yeah,
even though they put over 30 on James Clemens.
Exactly. They came back from a 27-10 deficit to take the lead. So that's a very talented Bob Jones team. But hats off to Chad McGehee. Hats off to the Jets. They win 32-7. And Jimmy Gay, they're going to have to pick it, get back up off the mat, and they got to face a tough Sparkman team who got their first win of the season. In that region contest against Albertville at home. And that game will be played at Joe Davis Stadium. So that'll be big for those two teams because you're both 1-1 in 7A Region 4. If Huntsville could reach the bye 4-1, that would be huge. And then if Sparkman could win 2 straight region games, you're still in the thick of the playoff race.
All right, there you go. Huntsville, James Clemens breakdown courtesy of Drew DeArmond. Thank you so much. Let's stay out on the phone lines real fast. Our Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show rolls on. All of our interviews all season long are being brought to you by the Huntsville Sports Commission. And we go back out to the phone lines. His team victorious tonight, 29-7 in the Cotton Classic. Buckhorn gets by Hazel Green 29-7. Their head coach, Matt Patterson, kind enough to visit with us as well. Coach, congratulations on this one tonight in some wet conditions.
Yeah, thanks, Scott. It was a big night for us. Luckily, all we had was a few sprinkles. We didn't really get probably any rain of any effect. The only thing that was probably tough on us was just pretty stiff, 15-mile-per-hour wind out south.
Okay, 29-7. Defensively, let's start there. You nearly have a shutout on homecoming. Hazel Green scores late in this one to put points on the board. But talk about the defensive effort tonight.
Man, the defense was outstanding. They were lights out from the start. Coach Crabtree and his staff on the defense side of the ball did a phenomenal job with a great game plan. I thought the D linemen controlled the line of scrimmage. The linebackers had a lot of free shots, and our secondary has been really, really steady all 4 games. So, and my hats off to the defensive staff and the defensive side of the football. Man, they were outstanding tonight.
Offensively, 29 points. You do enough to get the win. What kind of stood out to you on that offensive side of the ball?
It was tough for a while. I mean, Hazel Green's got a good defensive front and good front seven, and it was a struggle. I mean, it was 10-0 after 3. Kind of there late, we kind of found a little bit of a groove, and Shamarion Landrum and Cameron Swain and 3 senior offensive linemen, Ashton Robinson and Connor Selvage and Matthew Cantrell, they all stepped up and just kind of, put the game on ice there the last couple of drives. And Devin Chapman had a couple big touchdown catches at receiver. One was a great catch where he had to go up and get it, and another one he caught a ricochet for a touchdown. And obviously Jaden Crutcher's electric for us anytime he touches the ball. And Miles Anglin didn't have as many touches tonight as we would like to get him, but he called a screen pass there in the 4th quarter and it kind of sprung it open for us. And he handles our punting duties, did a phenomenal job there tonight too.
Well, you take this victory with a little bit of momentum now. Next week, you go to Milton Frank Stadium and take on a lead team, a chance with a win there. You can get back to 2-1 in region play.
Oh yeah, we got to go 1-0 next week. Got to go play at Lee at Milton Frank, and Coach McGuire will have his guys ready. They do a great job. Milton Frank can be a tough place to play for a visiting team, but it's a place we've had some success. But we're going to go over there next week, try to go 1-0 next week, and hopefully be 3-2 going into our bye week.
Well, celebrate this one. It's kind of a double win, I guess you could say. It's a homecoming win, and you get the Cotton Classic trophy.
Yeah, this game means a lot to a lot of people in our community and a lot of people in Hazel Green's community. But anytime you get a win over your rival, and plus a homecoming win for your alumni and your student body, it's a great night.
Well, congratulations, Coach, and nicely done.
Thank you.
Let's get a break in. Again, all interviews this season, courtesy of the Huntsville Sports Commission. and helping put on a lot of big-time events here in the Rocket City. All right, let's get a break in. This is halftime. We got 2 more quarters to go on the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware.
Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware is your locally owned and operated hardware store. We're not just about numbers, we're about helping neighbors, because our Ace Hardware store is part of your community. We're committed to being the helpful place by offering our customers personal service, quality products, and a convenient shopping experience. As the helpful hardware folks in your neighborhood, we promise that helping you is the most important thing we have to do today. Stop by and visit Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware today, 1536 Blunt Avenue in Guntersville.
It's fall, y'all, and at Woody Anderson Ford, we're ready for it. Football, hunting, hiking, we've got the rides to take you there. Hey folks, Bobby White back again for Woody Anderson Ford, and we've got over 140 F-150s for you to choose from. XLTs, Lariats, all the way up to the Platinum. And right now, you can get $4,750 total cash back on the 2024 F-150 at Woody Anderson Ford. Here in Huntsville, you see more than every day, and there's a good reason. They're the perfect size, do-it-all SUV for lots of folks. I'm talking about our Bronco Sport. From hauling kids and groceries to the spur-of-the-moment camping weekend, the Bronco Sport delivers. Choose from over 80 Bronco Sports starting at just $299 a month. That's a 36-month lease with $34.56 due at signing, 0 security deposit, just tax tag title, and your good credit. This offer ends 9/30/24. Call 539-9441 for complete details. Come see us today and make it a Woody Anderson Ford. Hope to see you soon.
The state's largest orthopedic group is growing to meet the needs of the patients in our community. The Orthopedic Center has long been the most trusted name in orthopedics in North Alabama. So as our area continues on the fast track, so does the need for premier orthopedic care anywhere and anytime you need it. TOC is proud to announce the opening of our new locations in Albertville and Hampton Cove, along with the grand opening of our newest office in Decatur. These clinics will offer the same high-quality orthopedic care you have come to associate with TOC, with the convenience of being closer to home. As a patient, your time is your most precious asset, and we recognize that at TOC. That's why we are also proud to announce the opening of our urgent ortho clinics to handle those bumps and bruises that need prompt attention. These clinics are available to care for acute orthopedic injuries with no appointment necessary. With 38 physicians, 20 centers of excellence, and now more than a dozen locations to serve you, TOC will continue to be the name you turn to for the best orthopedic care at the right time. Visit our website at visittoc.com for more information. TOC, helping you live a better life.
By now, you know about Eagle Masonry and Insulation, and maybe you know that Eagle also does landscaping and dirt work. But how about after paint work? Shower doors, shelving, and mirrors, all taken care of by Eagle, the same Eagle that takes care of all your masonry, insulation, and landscaping needs. Eagle brings the same level of expertise to all these disciplines, and they're ready to provide you with a free quote. The website is the same, insulatewitheagle.com, as is the phone number, 256-755-1556. Give them a call and see what Eagle can do for you. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. Flickering lights and hot switches can be annoying, but they can also signal a major problem, or worse, an electrical emergency. So play it safe and leave it to the experts at Mr. Sparky. Trust our team of professional, clean, and friendly electricians. We'll get it done right and get it done safely.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-Sparky.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in the respective state or county.
From the Fox 54 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Emily Owen. Scattered showers and thunderstorms remain in the forecast for this Friday night. We could see some heavy rainfall embedded within some of these showers that do develop. Low temperatures falling into the upper 60s for the overnight tonight. Heading into our Saturday, we'll keep rain and potentially a few thunderstorms in the forecast. High temperatures topping out in the low 70s for the afternoon. I'm Fox 54 meteorologist Emily Owen on your home for ESPN Radio 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
This is David Lloyd, head coach of the Randolph Raiders, and you're listening to the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Now back to the scores.
Indeed, welcome back to the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware. They've been a big part of this show this year, and again, all interviews that we have on the show, those are courtesy of the Huntsville Sports Commission. So 256-576-4977. you want to be a part of the show tonight with your scores and reactions, feel free to do so. Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware, 1536 Blunt Avenue, Guntersville, Alabama. You can give them a call, 256-582-3353. They are not just about numbers there. They are about helping neighbors because each one of their stores is part of the community. They're committed to being the helpful place by offering customers personal service, quality products, and a convenient shopping experience from the local experts who know you best. It's Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware. And don't forget, Woody Anderson Ford helping make this show possible. All right, let's run down some more scores. Let's get you back into some Class 4A scores. Class 4A Region 7. Again, it was a non-region game. West Morgan over Priceville, 48-0. It was Hatton over East Lawrence, 22-20. Deschler blanking Wilson, 60-0. West Limestone over Danville, 19-6. And Central Florence over Brooks, 28-24. In Class 4A Region 6, Hoax Bluff going to blank White Plains, 31-0. Cherokee County, third-ranked team in Class 4A. No problems tonight with Etowah, 42-0. Asheville over Aniana, 33-20. And it was ninth-ranked Anniston. No problems with Alexandria, 40-16. All right, Class 6A Region 7 tonight. Muscle Shoals on the road tonight. They took on Decatur. They get the win, 42-7. Their head coach, Scott Basin, kind enough to join us on the phone line, courtesy of the Huntsville Sports Commission. Coach, congratulations, 42-7 tonight.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Appreciate you having us on.
And this one you got going offensively a little bit. Just kind of talk about this one. I know sometimes some people had not problems, but some had to play in a lot of rain. Some didn't have to play in some rain tonight. How were the conditions?
Yeah, it was pretty messy. You know, luckily Decatur's got a really nice field. You know, they got a turf field, so the field was in great shape. But you know, it was pouring down rain and a little wind there.
So a little bit of adversity. You have to be proud to only give up 7 points and offensively do enough. You take care of the ball and kind of solid in that road win.
Yeah, you know, I was really proud of where our guys handled the conditions. And, you know, it was 42-7 at the half. And, you know, and I thought that, you know, they played well in all three phases of the game. And so, you know, just really proud because, you know, we were going to start at 6 and then got delayed a little bit. And, you know, it was just touch and go there of how long we'd be able to play. But luckily we was able to get the game in. Well, Coach, talk about this team. Last 3 games, Florence, Columbia, and Decatur. You have your rival there with Florence. You come over to Decatur. It's back-to-back road games. Just talk about how this team's kind of grown since that opening setback on the road at Gaston City. Yeah, you know, we're really young in spots, but they're getting better. You know, they're real talented, you know, and they seem to be getting better every week. And, you know, that was the goal because you want to be, you know, playing your best at the end of the season. And, you know, I can see improvement each week with them. And, you know, having graduated all those seniors we graduated last year, just really proud of the way these guys are stepping up and playing. They're real athletic, but, you know, they're not as experienced as, you know, the guys we've had the last 3 years. But, you know, they got a chance at the end of the year if they'll keep improving to be a really great football team. All right, next week, Coach, it is a home game with Coleman before the bye week. Another big region game next week. Yeah, you know, I noticed where Coleman won in the last minute tonight, and then Jasper missed the field goal there at the end. So, you know, they're coming off of a big road victory. So we'll have our hands full, and, you know, just got to prepare and go out and try to play our best next Friday night again. Coach, congratulations. Muscle Shoals, a 42-7 win tonight in some soggy conditions, Coach. Hopefully next week it's a little better weather. Yeah, I hope so.
All right. Thanks, Coach. Thanks for joining us. All right, Scott Baston, kind enough to join us tonight. Yeah, some places had a lot of rain. Some places didn't have a lot of rain tonight, and that's just kind of how it goes out there on a Friday night. Again, though, speaking of that rain, Austin and Florence, in case you are just joining us, Austin and Florence, that game was moved to Friday, September 27th. Lawrence County, West Point, that game will be played tomorrow at 3 p.m. And Gadsden City at McAdory, that one was a non-region game. That one has been canceled. All right, 10:45. Let's get our final break in, shall we? Because when we come back, we'll put the fourth quarter in. We'll put the time on the clock. We will count it down. It's the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware.
Log on today, 977ESPN.com.
It's fall, y'all, and at Woody Anderson Ford, we're ready for it. Football, hunting, hiking, we've got the rides to take you there. Hey folks, Bobby White back again for Woody Anderson Ford, and we've got over 140 F-150s for you to choose from. XLTs, Lariats, all the way up to the Platinum. And right now, you can get $4,750 total cash back on the 2024 F-150 at Woody Anderson Ford. Here in Huntsville, you see more of them every day, and there's a good reason. They're the perfect size, do-it-all SUV for lots of folks. I'm talking about our Bronco Sport. From hauling kids and groceries to the spur-of-the-moment camping weekend, the Bronco Sport delivers. Choose from over 80 Bronco Sports starting at just $299 a month. That's a 36-month lease with $34.56 due at signing, zero security deposit, just tax tag title, and your good credit. This offer ends 9/30/24. Call 539-9441 for complete details. Come see us today and make it a Woody Anderson Ford. Hope to see you soon.
Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware is your locally owned and operated hardware store. We're not just about numbers, we're about helping neighbors, because our Ace Hardware store is part of your community. We're committed to being the helpful place by offering our customers personal service, quality products, and a convenient shopping experience. As the helpful hardware folks in your neighborhood, we promise that helping you is the most important thing we have to do today. Stop by and visit Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware today, 1536 Blunt Avenue in Guntersville. By now, you know about Eagle Masonry and Insulation, and maybe you know that Eagle also does landscaping and dirt work. But how about after paint work? Shower doors, shelving, and mirrors, all taken care of by Eagle, the same Eagle that takes care of all your masonry, insulation, and landscaping needs. Eagle brings the same level of expertise to all these disciplines, and they're ready to provide you with a free quote. The website is the same, insulatewitheagle.com, as is the phone number, 256-755-1556. Give them a call and see what Eagle can do for you. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money. When you call most roofing companies, all you'll hear is, you need a new roof. Not when you call Fleming. At Fleming Roofing and Restoration, we're focused on your needs, whether it's an easy repair or a full roof replacement. Folks around here have trusted Fleming since 1965 for all their residential and commercial roofing needs. And as the area's storm damage experts, Fleming knows all the ins and outs of the insurance claims process. Log on FlemingHSV.com to schedule your free estimate today. Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
Hey Huntsville, looking for action-packed events? The Huntsville Sports Commission is your hub for all things sports. From youth events to national tournaments, we've got events that thrill and inspire. Whether you're an athlete, a fan, or a volunteer, there's something for everyone. Cheer on your favorite teams, witness amazing talent, and be a part of the excitement. Check out our event calendar and get involved at huntsvillesports.com. That's huntsvillesports.com. Be there, Huntsville.
If hunting and outdoor recreation are your passions, it all starts with the right property. That's where I come in. I am Bo Butler with Southland Realty and Auction, a hunting and recreational land specialist and a Jackson County native who sees land through a hunter's eyes. Just as you trust your guide on a big game hunt, you can trust me to find the perfect property for you. Thinking of selling? Let me help you make your land attract buyers. Remember, Bo knows land. Call me at 256-609-0512.
This is Rich Dutton, head coach of the Grissom Tigers, and you're listening to North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show on 97.7 ESPN Zone. Now back to the scores.
Welcome back to the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware. We're counting you down to the final buzzer here. What a night it was. What what conditions it was all over. Various conditions. Some got a little rain, some got a lot of rain, some really didn't get any rain. We go out to Harvest. The Sparkman Senators taking on the Albertville Aggies tonight. Sparkman comes away a winner, 44-20. Big region win for the Senators. Their head coach, kind enough to join us, Ronnie Watson. Coach, congratulations on this one. What were the conditions like out there tonight for you guys?
I mean, it was no different than, pretty much everywhere. It's the same conditions for both teams. And, it pretty much, there was a light rain pretty much the entire night. Thank the good Lord, no lightning, no delays or anything like that. It was just, it was just enough to, keep everything wet and cold. And, but we were blessed because, the forecast was, was saying it was going to be much worse. So, we can just be thankful for what we did get. It wasn't as bad as it could have been.
Well, you were able to find the right answers as well tonight, offensively and defensively, getting that 44-20 win.
Yeah, it's always good to get a region win, especially in those conditions. We got to clean things up and things like that, made a few too many mistakes and things like that. But, apparently we didn't do enough water ball drills this week. So we'll make sure to get much more of those in next time the forecast is looking for rain.
Well, Coach, who kind of stood out to you tonight offensively and defensively?
Offensively, excuse me, number 3, Braylon Lawson, ran the crap out of the ball. I don't have stats yet, right in front of me yet, but he had to be close to 120, 150. Had a couple touchdowns. Jabari Davis, he broke one tonight. Keaton Williams, our quarterback, number 5. He had a good night again. He's getting better every series he gets out there. He's getting better. So defensively, we made some adjustments. Defensive coordinator Dylan Livingston made some adjustments back in the defensive backfield. And, some things went real well. We had a few picks. But there's still things on both sides of the ball that we need to clean up.
Well, you got a little bit of time. You got a few days. Next week, it's a road game, though, at Huntsville, a chance to notch back-to-back region wins.
Yeah, of course, that's anybody won tonight. That's your goal is to make sure you go get 2 or 3. So, we already started going to work, already watching film, already, doing the things that we do as coaches. What's next? Next game, and you can start going. So, it should be a good one over there at Joe Davis Stadium.
Well, Coach, congratulations on the win tonight, 44-20 at home over Albertville, and best of luck next week. And enjoy this one for a little bit.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate you guys. Go Senators.
All right, Ronnie Watson, head coach of the Sparkman Senators, kind enough to join us on the Scoreboard Show hotline. Again, all interviews brought to you by our good friends over at the Huntsville Sports Commission. All right, let's put it up there. Let's run it down from 7-1. It's your scores from tonight.
Class 7A scores.
All right, Sparkman, a 44-20 winner over Albertville. James Clemens over Huntsville, 32-7. Bob Jones over Grissom, 50-23. And again, Austin and Florence, they moved that one to September 27th. All those Class 7A Region 4. Let's get you into 6A.
Class 6A scores.
All right, Class 6A Region 8. Connor Hughes boots a field goal, a go-ahead field goal. With 2 minutes and 18 seconds left, that gives Fort Payne a 14-13 win over Southside. Mae Jemison over Lee, 43-8. Buckhorn over Hazel Green, 29-7. Gadsden and McAdory, that one was canceled. Class 6A Region 7, Muscle Shoals over Decatur, 42-7. Muscle Shoals, of course, the 6th-ranked team in Class 6A. Coleman gets a late score as they get by Jasper on the road tonight, 21-20, and Hartzell blanks Columbia 65-0. It was Mountain Brook over Pell City, 41-14. Mountain Brook, of course, checking in at number 8 in Class 6A. Let's go to Class 5A.
Class 5A scores.
All right, top-ranked team in Class 5A, Guntersville on the road tonight. No problems over Sardis, 64-0. Scottsboro over Douglas, 45-13. And it should have gone final, and it has gone final. Arab knocks off Brewer tonight, 41-28. It is Lawrence County and West Point waiting for that final to show up. Interns a little slow tonight in helping us out, but we'll roll on. Russellville over East Limestone, 52-6. It was Fairview. Fairview checking in at number 5 in the Class 5A rankings. They get a win tonight over Ardmore, 28-6. And West Morgan checking in at number 5 in the Class 4A rankings this week. They blanked Priceville 48-0. Of course, that one, a non-region contest. All right, Class 5A, we go. Region 6. It was Springville and Alma Bryant. That won a non-region contest. Springville blanks Alma Bryant 21-0. Leads over Lincoln 42-14. Your final there. Let's go into Class 4A.
Class 4A scores.
All right, Class 4A, Region 8. Randolph 35-9 winners over Westminster Christian. North Jackson over St. John Paul II, 40-7. And Plainview over DAR, 68-7. And it's New Hope. They get a home win tonight over Madison County, 48-24. Class 4A, Region 7. It was West Morgan again over Priceville, 48-0. It was Hatton scoring late. They get a win over East Lawrence, 22-20. Deschler over Wilson, 60-0. West Limestone over Danville, 19-6. And Central Florence tops Brooks, 28-24. Class 4A Region 6, Hoax Bluff blanks White Plains, 31-0. Cherokee County over Etowah, 42-0. Of course, Cherokee County checking in at number 3 in the Class 4A rankings. It was Aniana falling to Asheville, 33-20. And it was Anniston, the 9th-ranked team in Class 4A. No problems with Alexandria on the road, 40-16. Class 4A Region 5, Good Hope over Haleyville, 27-7. Let's go to Class 3A.
Class 3A scores.
All right, Geraldine, a 17-7 winner, Sylvania, a 17-7 winner over Geraldine. Geraldine came in tonight ranked 6th in Class 3A. Fife, your 4th-ranked team in Class 3A. No problems with Asbury at home tonight, 63-0. It was Whitesburg Christian Academy on the road at Collinsville. Collinsville just too much tonight for Whitesburg Christian Academy. They win 44-28. In Class 3A Region 7, Mars Hill Bible blank Sheffield 62-0. Colbert Heights over Elkmont 23-6. It was Lauderdale County 21, Colbert County 7, Rogers 28, Clements 7. Class 3A Region 6, Sachs over Weavers 26-0. Walter Welborn over Glencoe 28-9. Class 3A Region 5, Hansville a winner over Carbon Hill 24-0. Midfield falls to Vinemont 32-28. And Oakman over Phil Campbell 28-0. Class 2A.
Class 2A scores.
All right, Class 2A, Region 8, Winston County over Red Bay, 51-8. Lexington blanks Tanner, 55-0. Class 2A, Region 7, Sandrock over Section, 35-6. It was North Sand Mountain over Cedar Bluff, 21-20. Couple scores we do need to slide in. Brindley Mountain Holly Pond over Brindley Mountain. They're going to get a win there. It was... Let's keep going. Class 2A Region 6. Let's get some 1A scores in real fast.
Class 1A scores.
All right, Class 1A Region 7. It was Vina over Shoals Christian, 32-8. Meek over Phillips, 37-8. Hackleburg over Waterloo, 40-0. And Addison over Cherokee, 39-6. That, my friends, is going to do it for this edition of the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware. Again, all interviews tonight, courtesy of our good friends over at the Huntsville Sports Commission. That'll do it. Don't forget, you get to wake up early tomorrow morning on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. The Alabama Crimson Tide traveling to Madison, Wisconsin to take on the Badgers. Pre-game coverage is going to start at 8 o'clock. Kickoff set for 11 o'clock in Madison. We'll have more for you coming up next week on the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware.
WCZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Just a very good offensive line and just was running the ball very well and scored 24 points in the first quarter. Really scored 16 points in the first 2 minutes of the game. They scored the opening drive, and then we fumbled the kickoff there, and they had a short field to go. But so going into the second quarter, Andalusia down 24-0. You're like, uh-oh, what's going on here? But Andalusia was able to score. Jordan Skanes was able to run it in for Andalusia on a 7-minute drive. Took 7 minutes and 10 seconds of the second quarter up to make it. Went for two, didn't get it, but make it 24-6, and that was your halftime score. And I credit Coach Williamson and the defensive coordinator for Andalusia for really making adjustments after the first quarter, because Andalusia, the rest of the game, held Greenville scoreless. Start the second half, Andalusia received the ball and went down and scored. And just make a long story short, played absolutely great on defense. And we started wearing out their defensive front. Their guys were going both ways, and our offensive line was starting to get pushed. We had a fumble recovery that we were able to recover and then score in. But it came down to really the last about a minute and 16 seconds or so. Andalusia only attempted 2 passes the whole entire game. Well, Noah Curry, our quarterback, connects with Darius Love for an 18-yard touchdown pass, and that put us up 25-16. Extra point made it 26-24. And then defense held their ground, and just a wonderful, wonderful comeback, especially on homecoming. But just a great performance by the Bulldogs.
To be a fly on the wall in the locker room and go in there at 24-6 at halftime, you can't help but wonder what was said in that locker room to get those boys fired up to go out there in a situation where it could be easy to feel somewhat defeated in that situation. But to go back out there, you're fired up, you're ready to play ball, and you're ready to show that Greenville team, hey, we came here to do the same thing you did, and that's win and pull it out. Man, what was said at halftime of them boys?
You're right. Coach Taylor, actually, in our post-game interview, he mentioned that there was no really panicking going on with the players. They all just, nobody was blaming anybody. They just said that they were ready to go back out and ready to go back and play. And Andalusia has a young team this year. We've had a lot of guys graduate over the last couple of years, and moving up from Class 4A to Class 5A, has made a big difference. You move up. That nobody really thinks about that, but there really is a big difference in moving from 4 to 5. And but just a gut